Welcome, everybody, to WPL 76 Live.
Yes, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. This is the third annual Ox Mayoral election debate. So every year we elect a mayor for the auxiliary, and they can do some interesting things. It's a lot of fun. It's a big shit post. It's time for everyone to get together and just have fun. But if you're part of our community, you probably already know that. But if you're not, you can go ahead and hit the Discord command and chat and come out and be part of this weirdness. Thanks for being here. We do have a special guest this morning, Mr. Tex, who's going to say a few kind words, and then I'll kind of explain how this works, and we'll just kind of see where it takes us.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the mayoral debate for the Ox. The mayoral debates are a annual event wherein we gather the best and the dumbest alike and elevate them through cheers and shit posting. I'm so glad that we could all join together to find that which of us is the most weird of us with certain finality. And I thank everyone who has helped make this a resounding success. May the weirdest person win.
Thank you, Mr. Tex. Okay, so this is going to kind of be a debate, but it's more like just a round robin. Like, we ask them silly questions, we ask them a few serious questions, and we just try to have fun. So don't take this too seriously. If your question doesn't get asked, for those of you that submitted questions in the channel, thank you, by the way. But if you don't get asked, it doesn't mean that we didn't like your question. We just thought it was bad. So we're not going to ask it. Just kidding. We do have a list. The candidates were provided a list of most of the questions before the debate. So if they've got things prepared for this interesting group of questions, then more power to them. But first, we're going to kind of go down the list and introduce our candidates. And I'm just going to go left to right from what you see on screen. They're going to have about a minute. They don't have to use the whole thing if they don't want to. Just to tell you about them, their platform, and what they hope to see today. So we'll start off with Lizard Mom of the Mining Party. Go ahead, say hello.
Hi, I'm Liz Mom of the Mining Party. Oh, crap, did I have a whole minute?
You don't have to use it.
I'm using the minute. Yeah, sorry, I was zoned out. We're a train wreck. We have trains that wreck. We have chaos. I went into this winging it, so that should tell you everything you need to know. And yeah, we just have fun here and lots of plushies.
Outstanding. Thank you, Lizard Mom. All right, and we're going to move along to Kane Space Rose, aka Waffles of the Spaceman Party. Take it away, Kane.
Why, thank you very much. I am Kane Space Rose, representing the Spaceman Party. And the Spaceman Party, we are simply, well, a bunch of weirdos in space that want to make the Ox and everyone else's life more awesome. By doing this through more paperwork, less paperwork, I don't care as long as I don't have to leave my chair to get it done. And we hope to bring more coolness and greatness to everyone. And I give best wishes to all my opponents here on the table, as we all know, which person will come out as standing as the best. Spacemen rule.
Excellent. Well said, Mr. Kane. All right, next up, representing the Ding Dynasty, Mr. Captain Zelnick. Why don't you tell us all about the ambushes you have planned?
Well, the most important ambush is the knowledge that we have already won the election. This is only just a formality, because in Ding, Ding has conquered all. We bring to Oxlandia Shaolin poles. We bring to Oxlandia any form of kung fu you could potentially think up, so long as it's registered. We will absolutely make sure that all ninjas are clearly labeled and brightly colored. We will absolutely see that that Oxlandia itself is uplifted and Buddha's name be praised.
Indeed. And for those of you wondering, yes, Zelnick's avatar is Rocky from Three Ninjas.
I'll take it.
That was a little gift because he didn't submit an avatar, so he's Rocky from Three Ninjas. All right, moving right along from the auxiliary combat mining team, our second mining themed party, we have Rusky Thane. Rusky Thane is a master dropper, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his platform.
I am Rusky of the Auxiliary Combat Mining Team. We are the beating heart of Auxlandia. We are the shield in the tunnels and the hammer that will end up shaping our future. The ACMT believes in shared strength and wealth earned hand in hand and in unity forged through sweat, steel, and the glow of fresh gold. We are a team that does not falter. We are a force that never fractures, and we will never leave one of our own behind. We are the ACMT. Together we dig, together we fight, together we rise. Rock and stone.
Rock and stone. Thank you, Mr. Rusky. Okay, so for those of you that are joining us for the first time, like I said earlier, we kind of elect a mayor. It's a silly, fun thing we do to keep, communities flowing, because without events, it's not fun. So people don't want to be part of it. So we try to do things like this several times throughout the year, just to kind of keep things interesting. But today we're just gonna kind of wrap it all up and just have a cozy little chat, asking some ridiculous questions, and we'll go ahead and get rolling. Let me reference my list here. So to start things off easy, we're going to go in the order that we just did, from left to right across the screen. Trying to stagger the order last year was kind of a nightmare, so I'm not going to do it. So we will just go down the list. So we'll open up with Liz. Liz, chunky or creamy peanut butter?
I am allergic. They'll both kill me. So the that Biscoff spread that's just cookies in paste form.
Biscoff spread. All right. An acceptable alternative. Mr. Kane.
Yes, I am a creamy peanut butter person, not because the most important person in my life in the house also loves creamy peanut butter. Therefore, they dictate which type of peanut butter we get.
Oh, I totally get that. I was a gain guy before I met my wife, and she was a Tide girl. We compromised, and now we're Tide people. So I get it. Moving on. Mr. Zelnick. Sorry, Captain Zelnick.
Get that rank appropriate, sir. I actually love cooking, so I actually use both. So I know that's not exactly the most controversial of statements, but creamy and crunchy and chunky peanut butter both have a place.
Can you expound on that? What is the place of one versus the other?
So a creamy peanut butter is typically used as a medium to thicken and actually sometimes help sweeten or even savory a recipe. So, for example, if you're like trying to make a really good chicken satay sauce, you're really going to want to use a creamy, thin peanut butter. Now, if you're going for something that like goes into something like a brownie or a cupcake, actual crunchy peanut butter could actually do you a lot of good because it saves you the time of blending up a bunch of nuts if you want to make it nuttier. Also, it's just better in a sandwich, in my opinion.
Oh, it's completely valid. All right, so some pretty in-depth takes there. Mr. Rusky, how about you, sir?
So my answer is very similar to my opponent. The thing is, all peanut butter has its place. So yes, much like he said, even just using the standard crunchy peanut butter can add depth of texture to a dish. Whereas yes, like he said, chicken satay, possibly one of the most famous dishes with peanut butter in it. Absolutely best if you use a thin nut butter.
Nut butter. You heard it here first, folks. All right, so I have a very serious question that I actually posted a poll about, I think like months ago. But do you put your socks on first or do you put your pants on first, assuming you are wearing socks? So I don't want to hear like, oh, I don't always wear socks. If you're wearing socks, do you put your socks on first and then your pants, or do you put your pants on first and then your socks? Liz.
I put on one sock, then my pants, then the other sock.
You're a monster.
I know.
You're a monster. A true agent of chaos. Kane.
Yes, I put on my pants, then my slippers, and then I realize I need to go put socks on.
So pants, then socks.
Pants, slippers, then socks.
Pants and socks. Got it. Captain Zelnick.
So, in accordance with the flying opossum kung fu technique, I am required by the technique to eat the socks, place the pants on my head, and then go practice on the Shaolin poles until I fall off and break my spine.
All right, refusing to answer the question. Mr. Rusky.
I don't wear socks, so pants first. I raw dog my boots. Better leverage on the cave walls.
Fair enough. You got to do what you got to do to make sure that those minerals come home. All right. Outstanding. We're going to switch gears here a tiny bit with the question. I'm sorry, I should have been saying the names of the people who contributed these questions. This next one comes from Sonar. And it's a very simple but very profound question, in my opinion. Why did you run for mayor, Liz?
I just kind of felt like, why not? It's there. It's happening. I just want to have some fun. So, yeah, why not?
So you're lending validity to the statement that girls just want to have fun.
Correct.
All right, Kane.
I did not choose to run for mayor for the Spacemen. The Spacemen asked me to represent them and help bring the greatness of space and all the coolness of disaster delivered pizza from Cargonia to all those of the Ox. I am here serving the people of the Ox.
See, that's a great answer. That's a great answer, because Leto Atreides said, as a good man doesn't seek to lead, he's called to it. And it seems like you were called to represent your people here today. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Truly a selfless and noble pursuit in the glorification of one's peers. Captain Zelnick, why did you run for mayor?
So it's interesting that my opponent mentioned, you mentioned Leto Atreides. You see, Leto Atreides only ruled Arrakis for a brief while until a far superior leader came. And my party did have a former leader. Long live Hungry Hobo. May he rest in peace. I came to it because I was the only one that had the time to do it.
Okay. So right place, the right person in the wrong place could make all the difference in the world. That was from a video. I think that was from Spyro. Rusky.
So I ran for mayor because, well, I've been leading the ACMT for just about 3 years now, and in that time, in the last two administrations, we have not seen nearly enough mayoral abuse of power, and I will be right out and say it. I will absolutely abuse my mayoral powers.
And you can't put a price on corruption, but why don't we take a moment? Tell me a little bit more about your efforts with the Deep Rock Galactic Group here on the Auxiliary. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we started off, I believe it was January 25th, 2023. So we are rapidly approaching the third anniversary of it, and it all started with a little post from one of my Jarls, Upward Rising. He was looking for people to play this funny little dwarf dig'em game, and after a few months, we earned the right to have our own channel, and we have been prolific in our drops. We drop weekly. In fact, we're dropping tonight. No matter what the outcome of this election is, we are dropping tonight because work must be done. I take the ACMT, all of its miners, to the most wonderful of places. All of my crew will even say so. They have become a formidable force to be reckoned with. We get the job done. The thing is, just like Mr. Tex always says, miners don't die. That's not a request to us. That's an order. We don't die. We come home. We get the job done. And we have more than enough gold stockpiled on this planet to gild not even the floors, but the walls.
And we love to hear it. So thank you, yes, for taking, the initiative and putting that together. I know you guys are a big active group. We definitely appreciate, the people that make events like that to take the time out of their day to organize these kinds of things to, help us all come together, because we're all just here to shitpost and play video games and have a good time. So thank you for doing that. Thank you, Sonar, for
Absolutely.
the question. I'll be honest, Sonar, I'm a little shocked that you gave me a serious one, but it's a good one. All right, we're gonna take it back up just to a little bit lighter of a note. Elroy Scout asks, where do baby urban mechs come from? Liz.
Oh, I didn't hear my name.
I didn't say your name. I'm
Ba-
sorry.
Oh, good. Baby urban mechs. Well, you see, when when an engineer and his pile of cocaine love each other very, very, very much, there's an OD, and the next best guy has to take their place, and they have a deadline to meet because the other guy spent all of the budget and all of the time on the cocaine part. So all he has left is stress. So he takes a trash can and puts a swivel chair on top, and the chair and the boards and all are like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then you get the urban mech.
Wow. Seems like a very involved process with a lot of boards.
Many 2x4s, in fact.
Oh, are they chem treated, pressure treated, or are they just kind of raw?
Whatever was in the coal pile that day.
Fair enough. You got to use what you got to use. Kane, where do baby urban mechs come from?
The baby urban mech was born from selective breeding of 2 imp mechs to create a smaller version of the imp that was supposed to be more affordable and compact, but instead we got the lovely stompy trash can, which is the urban mech, and then they just kept interbreeding them, creating more and more insane creations with that. So the baby urban mech is a great inbred small genius born from the imp.
You heard it here first, folks. Urban mechs, incestuous babies of assault mechs.
I think they come from those weird bio. Ever play like SimCity 2000 and it's like those
No.
giant rockets that go into space with the biodome on top? That's where they were born.
Outstanding. There's more evidence to support that theory than there is to disprove it. It's actually the same way we're all living in a hologram theory goes, but we're not here to talk about that. Captain Zelnick, I'd want you to know, Zelnick, that every time I say the word captain out loud, my hand goes up and I actually do a salute, like here in my house.
Appreciate that. I do.
So, Captain, where did they come from?
I think that my fellow candidates are forgetting a vitally important question that hasn't been answered, which is inner sphere or clanner urban mech, because that's a very important distinction. Because of course, a inner sphere baby urban mech is of course made from 2 adult urban mechs. They go clanging, and as we all know, we don't talk too in depth about clanging, but a clanner urban mech is a highly engineered entity that has removed all of the flaws of the inner sphere mech, up to and including its low cost.
Okay. So economics is the driving factor then.
Well, not for the clanners, clearly.
Never for the clanners. They got all the money in the world. Rusky. Oh my. What was that? Sorry, I just saw the stream and the ducks thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
So when an Atlas gets really drunk on leave and sees a Cretan commando off to the side, things happen that should not be mentioned. An unholy amount of noise, lights, flashes, explosions. and urban mechs are the result.
Outstanding. We love flashes and explosions, don't we, folks?
Every time.
Every time. So speaking of Mad Ducks, we have a question by Mad Ducks. And the question by Mad Ducks, I assume for Mad Ducks, is if elected mayor, how would you ensure toaster-related safety amongst your people? Liz?
Safety, yes. As you all know, here at the mining party, we have nothing but peak safety reporting. We are very safe, and all the explosions you've heard on all of your shifts were not the mines. And if they were, no harm came to anyone. We are a wonderful place to work with wonderful people and wonderful minds. And you can trust us. And our magnet totally did not fail last week. Pay no mind to the giant asteroid-shaped hole in the mess deck and the missing continent back down on Earth. Thank you.
Outstanding. Yes, and I've seen the mining newsletter, and I thoroughly enjoyed the headline of "No, the mine didn't just collapse, and if it did, here's why it's a good thing." So I thought that was some good writing by your newsletter team. Mr. Kane, same question.
We would ensure toaster safety here at the Spaceman Party by first making sure you issue proper PPE, including your cone safety hat, high-vis vest, and insulated gloves, as well as we'd put marking tape on the ground of a no toaster zone around the bathtubs, and maybe make sure we don't leave the plasma valves open. But those are just some small steps the Spaceman Party will take to make toasters safer for you and supply you with more Charlie cheeseburgers.
Can you expound on what a Charlie cheeseburger is?
Charlie Cheeseburger is a gentleman who's been hanging out on BPL 14 who makes the best cheeseburgers in the sector. The man is only able to say very simple words such as cheeseburger, no Coke, Pepsi, and no fries, chips.
But he actually asks for Pepsi. It's not just is Pepsi okay, but that's his preference is for Pepsi?
No, he just only knows the words no Coke, Pepsi.
Oh, no Coke, only Pepsi. Got it. Okay, that tracks. I deal with that all the time. Captain Zelnick, if elected mayor, how would you ensure toaster-related safety among your people?
So, unlike my fellow candidates, I firmly believe that things like warning zones and all this PPAE nonsense is truly counterintuitive. We need to understand the toaster. When used in appropriate kung fu techniques, a toaster is a lethal weapon, and all weapons must be understood, not restricted to some kind of zone. We firmly believe that everybody should get a toaster. Everybody should be trained with that toaster. Everyone should understand that toaster. And if you're a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you should be having intimate relations with your toaster.
Wow. All right. You heard it here first, folks. Intimate relations with the toaster. Rusky, how are you going to ensure toaster-related safety?
Well, first off, the toaster will be weaponized. The toaster will absolutely be weaponized. We did it with the microwave already, and had resounding success. And now, we figure a toaster would make another perfect sidearm. Won't need many iterations, but we'll get it done.
Outstanding. Sorry, I'm leaving tildes everywhere, and I keep tildeing over my list of questions because it's my push to talk key. Okay, here's an interesting one, and we don't need to call it what we all want to call it. We all know what it's called. We're not going to use that term on here. But how would you improve or replace that weird chair that they put in the corner of every hotel room that comes from Consummate Casual? Liz.
So, okay, the chair I just use it as a table and a leg rest. So I figure if we replace it, why not replace it with something completely impractical for all purposes? And we'll just put in, I don't know, like an arcade cabinet, but it's not actually an arcade cabinet. It has a mini fridge where the screen goes, but you open the mini fridge and it's not a mini fridge inside. It's just a bunch of random circuit boards installed in a way that looks like it's a functioning computer. But if you touch any of it, it just zaps you very violently. And then if you look under the cabinet where all the boards are supposed to be, there still isn't a mini fridge. It's just a bunch of shelves of random, like, you've got like all of the expired canned goods from the 50s, all in powdered form, like the world's sketchiest condensed milk and things of that nature. And try the powdered eggs. They're extra rubbery with this vintage. And ignore the lizard in the corner stealing your copper cables from the walls. Thank you.
Wow. That is very detailed and thought out answer. That sounds like absolute chaos and just like a constant stream of like what the moments over and over again. I love it. Kane, same question.
I've replaced that funky weird chair with something extremely useful and profitable for the hotel and the community around. We would take the chair out and put in a baked bean vending machine to dispense you cans of baked beans and make your stay just that more wonderful in the hotel.
Okay, baked beans instead of that chair. Captain Zelnick, what would you do with the chair to make it more interesting? Would you replace it or improve it?
So the true terror that is that chair is something known to me very intimately because a lot of my work and the real world involves me
Captain Zelnick, very familiar with that chair.
I am so familiar with that chair. What we need, and this is what Ding will provide to you, what we will do is we will replace it with an entire dim sum house where you can go and have delectable bean curds, bean buns, bean anything you like. Just be aware that you are expected, if you were to eat there, to get into a fight and violently destroy it every time you go.
So what you're advocating is dinner and a show. Moving on, Rusky.
I would have it replaced with a vein of red sugar. So that, it's not usable and people can keep going.
Excellent. We do love our red sugar. I prefer white sugar. White aspartame. I actually did just get a brand. Oh, we got a toaster coming in. I usually don't do this, but I like the question, so I'm going to do it. So Bionic Babe in the chat asks, question for the debate. What would you do to keep morale high in the Aux? Now, again, I'm not going to make a habit of asking questions asked in the chat. We already have our list. We're going to try to stick to that, but this one is good. Liz, what would you do to keep morale high in the Aux?
I would just be as chaotic as possible because that's there's nothing else to do other than that. Like, I put in zero effort for all of this. I want to make that very clear. And somehow I still have people rooting for me. So just chaos and trains and fun and also bees. They honk. They honk like a clown. They're wonderful.
Maybe you could introduce the auxiliary to that wonderful game that you were showing Diggs and I last night.
OpenTTD!
No, the other one.
OpenTTD.
You were showing us a different one where you had to use them arrow keys to move?
Oh yeah, Simutrain. That one's even worse. It's made by Germans and hasn't been updated in 20 years.
That one's even worse. There's an open bounty. Anyone who can get Cleaver to play that for 2.5 hours live on stream will get a, I don't know, something. Probably nothing. Kane, same question. What would you do to keep morale high in the Aux?
Well, I find one of the best answers to when morale is low is one of two things. First, ordering Cargonia to order a pizza party for everyone in the Aux. And second, copious amounts of pics of our fur babies, be it your fluffy cat, your dog, or the scaly baby doing their weird, crazy things that only your fur babies can do for you.
Outstanding. Captain Zelnick.
So I actually I take this a little bit seriously because I believe that if morale is low, that means that there are problems beyond the necessity of the internet space, and I actually like to talk to people and try to help them and uplift them in their lives and make their lives better and give them good advice if I can. I also kind of want to bring my personal favorite miniature hobby here because there are a lot of people who seem to enjoy good miniature games, and I want to actually get this community larger and more interesting with new stuff. It's a lot of fun here, and I want to perpetuate that fun. Sometimes that fun is me leaving you alone, which is a unique ability that most elected officials can never do. I want to come in. I've already started actually learning Nebulous Fleet Command because there's a small group here. I love spaceships and blowing things up in space. So what I want to do is give you all new opportunities to have fun. And if you are having a bad day, come and talk to me.
Outstanding. Good response. Rusky, same question.
So once mining quotas have been met, and that usually only takes a few days, free beer for the rest of the month.
Free beer.
Free
What
beer.
kind of beer? What kind of beer?
Free
Is it
beer.
cold?
They are it is cold. It is cold. They are the corporate issue beers. All specialty drafts. All specialty drafts. You know, you'll get it. You'll get enough brewing ingredients. You know, within those those few days worth of drops to quite easily brew up more than a few rounds of the specialty beers. But free corporate beers, and they are not bad. The Glyphid Slammer, it gets you right there. And it
Right
tastes
there.
better than Malort.
Can you show us on the doll where it hits you?
It points to gut.
Right in the gut. Okay. So Rusky had an opportunity to kind of talk about, because most of you are from larger communities within the auxiliary, because we have a lot of people from a lot of walks of life that have a lot of different interests. So obviously a lot of people congregate around certain activities like the dojo, where they all get together and watch movies, bad kung fu movies, or whether it be around a specific game like Kane and Rusky being Space Station and Deep Rock Galactic respectively. Kane, I'd like to give you the same opportunity to kind of tell me about Space Station or BPL 14, our private server in the Aux. Tell me about what y'all do there and just anything you want the people to hear.
Well, Space Station 14 is a wonderful environment. Space Station is truly a game that it's hard to explain. You must experience it. But it is also, especially with the logic here at BPL 14, it is a sandbox that we've all been given to go play and make our own stories and have a great time. And really, I'm just a player. I'm just someone who hangs out and tries to make the community good. The real drive and the credit I have to give to that is our very hardworking admins. And these people have put in a massive amount of time to take Space Station from the general public thing to something that is purely Aux-driven, community-based, and alive. I have to give huge credit out to Hazen, Hobo Lyra especially, and all our other admins whose names I can't remember or get right at the moment, who have made this just a wonderful piece of community. We have tons of people who have also gone out and become small creators to record the rounds and play them for everybody so they can all experience this. I mean, we have a lot of people that go out and play it. It's a great group of friends. It is like a constant level of madness and creativity that I have never seen before. And it is just truly a good community and experience. And, you know, we branch out into all other aspects of the Aux. A lot of our other people hang out with, and we are a little bit of a cryptid. But it is just a really fun game of going into space and being the miner or being an engineer trying to get the power going right, or just being, as a job I play a lot, of a paper pushing head of personnel to make sure everyone's doing their forms right. And I just cannot speak of the love and drive that the community has given in this, and it has turned into a real jewel of the community. We have people who are learning to code to add and make it even greater, to fulfill the dream that Tex gave all of us, and trying to make this a good and great community for everyone to give. I mean, the admins and team are just doing so much that I cannot say for myself. I don't even care about speaking of the election. I'm just speaking of how much our community has made it a great spot, and everyone should go and hang out and give it a try, or even just do the observatory mode just to see the crazy stories they create.
Outstanding. Thank you. And all right, we'll get that. Sorry, the tildes are everywhere. Okay, so this one comes to us from Memento Nori. How would you describe your ideal Sunday? Liz.
My ideal Sunday is at the scrapyard, looting axles and things to build my stupidity, or having a nice, warm, comfy breakfast with my fiance Scarab, or
Beyonce.
usually all of the above, honestly. But like, I'll imagine all this in one day, and then finishing it up at night, staying up way too late, shitposting in general chat.
Hell yeah, I'm guilty of that myself. Kane, how would you describe your ideal Sunday?
My ideal Sunday is sleeping in very late, getting up, having a nice hot warm pot roast that has been cooking all day with the people I care about, and then zoning out playing video games and watching Star Trek reruns in the evening while holding one of my large fluffy cats.
All right. Follow-up question, which Star Trek?
I am a huge fan of the original Next TNG, but I still think the best writing I've seen in the show is still in DS9.
All right. A very
DS9
popular
is a
opinion.
good one.
Captain Zelnick.
My ideal Sunday would be me waking up actually ridiculously early and throwing a brisket on the smoker, and then making breakfast for my wife and my son, and then having the opportunity to either go out with them to do some activity before the next work day, all the while knowing full well that there is a giant lump of smoked meat waiting for me at home. When dinner comes around, I can dismantle this amazing lump of smoked meat and then present it to not just my wife and my child, but to my friends who I've invited to come and enjoy it. Because anyone who's smoked a brisket knows that's a huge lump of meat. And finally finishing the night, either watching dumb movies with people here, playing some Helldivers 2 with the guys here on the server, or just playing MechWarrior 5 with them here. Basically a nice, decent social day with really, really good food.
Really good food is always a bonus. Rusky.
Hey, if you're ever on the East Coast, I'll smoke you something interesting.
I would never. Rusky, what's your ideal Sunday?
Waking up later in the day, coffee sitting on the couch, cats sleeping around, playing D&D with friends, and I do have to reiterate what Zelnick said. Just have a lump of meat waiting in a smoker, and just knowing that it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, I ran downstairs for a beer and you didn't talk for as long as I thought you would.
Hell yeah.
I feel like there's a coalition forming here between Ding and the dwarf miners here.
Collusion. I love it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I was the first one to get an ambush off. I got an ambush off before y'all did.
It's true. Ours were clearly labeled, though.
Okay. Sorry, these tildes are killing me. Okay, so this question is from Owo Uwu Owo, my dude. And the question is, and I will not repeat it. The question is, why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food out, hot, eat the food?
Is that one? Am I first?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay. I didn't hear my name again.
I'm not calling it. I'll read it one more time. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food out, hot, eat the food?
So I did not need you to repeat it, but I didn't stop you because it's entertaining hearing you trying to say that. However, my answer to this is oven plus food minus uwu plus uwu divided by the hypotenuse of the microwave. Add dish, remove quack. Add quack plus 3 equals random, I don't, maybe, question mark, tilde, 3-piece chicken tender meal minus quack. Thank you.
Outstanding. I could not have said it better myself, and I think that really speaks to the hearts of all of us here today. Kane, same question. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Cold food in, out oven. Fire, heat, hot, cold. Back oven in. Right, lefty. Up, down, A, B, start. Left, right, A, B. +3 minus the speed of light. Oven, cold food equals hot, warmy, juicy turkey.
You know, that's a pretty controversial take, but I appreciate your bravery. Captain Zelnick, why do they call it oven when you the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Well, first I want to thank Uwu for posting that. That is a excellent example of authentic Oxlander gibberish. And hopefully that will continue to perpetuate itself throughout our history here. But also, it really said what needed to be said in these trying times.
And Rescue, why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Because when you use flamethrowers, you burn down the rest of the kitchen. The bacon shuttle doesn't arrive because the pilot is afraid for their life. Yeah. We use ovens because why not?
Outstanding. Okay. This one comes to us from Wormwood. Wormwood asks, what do you keep in your go bag? And if you'd like for me to elaborate on what a go bag is, I can. Liz, sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, this time I do need you to repeat it.
What do you keep in your go bag? I can elaborate on what a go bag is, should you require it.
Don't worry, I'd rather not know. It makes it more fun. What I keep in my go bag, like any good mining minister, naturally, is a half-eaten can of beans that I found in the garbage bag that I resealed with more beans of questionable variety. Towel, because you always need a towel. I don't know why, but somebody told me to. And now it's holding my engine block together. You keep baling wire and also not filtered water. No, you need a drink with some chest hair. You need some unfiltered water from the pond, specifically near the Detroit River down from Flint, because it'll have that good lead to make it nice and sweet. And after that, in the go bag, all you need after that is a 38 with one bullet for Judgment Day. Thank you.
One bullet for Judgment Day. Liz does not bring enough to share. Kane, what's in your go bag?
My go bag consists of a double tank emergency oxygen tank, a spacesuit I happened to stolen from EVA, the captain's spare ID. Don't ask me how I got it. A pair of jaws of life, a stolen sec pistol, a set of handcuffs, and a bar of soap so I can trip everybody else who's trying to run past me to get into the shuttle.
All right. Captain Zelnick, what's in your go bag?
Well, obviously not my spare ID.
Obviously.
Typically what I keep in my spare ID is several bags of French loaves. I keep in a important scroll that I use to communicate with anyone because I don't speak. I keep a very important pair of pit vipers, my ninja headband, a important octagonal shaped magical seal to keep evil away with the yin yang on it, one dead fish, and a cane. Oh, and a large wad of money to summon Count Dracula.
Oh, I don't see you being a part of the Pit Viper cult. Do you have Pit Vipers?
I do actually. Yes.
You do. Oh, well, you should have told me earlier.
You didn't ask.
Rusky, what do you keep in your go bag?
I keep a peanut butter and jelly spamwich. Because we need rations on the road. I keep a couple of handfuls of red sugar and about 100 extra shotgun rounds, because why not? Got to get around fast somehow.
100's a good number. Okay, so in the interest of people having opportunities to talk about the sub-communities that they're a part of, Captain Zelnick, why don't you tell us a little bit about the dojo and what they do and why they do and why make go?
So the dojo is, I kind of stumbled across it when I saw that there was a huge group of people in a chat room with a bunch of gibberish words vaguely describing kung fu movies as the chat, and I dropped in, and it turns out that every Friday at Sen, who is one of the more illustrious members of our community, shows us well, you could vaguely call them movies, but they are mostly fantastic brain rot that is just hilarious to watch. And occasionally, Crow will come in and show us some of his work that he does editing movies with some of these truly, I'm going to call them remarkable, old, tacky kung fu movies. And it's a lot of fun to have our brain cells gently rotted away. But together, we also have things like a bingo card. So you can play bingo, dojo bingo, to see how bad the actual movie is and see if you can actually win at bingo. We also have our mascot, who is Count Dracula. You'll have to come and join us to understand why Count Dracula is. That's something that we all must carefully understand. But for the most part, it's just a group it's an amalgamation of people from all over the dojo that come and watch really tacky movies, and it's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend that everyone come and join us. It is a good time, and the memes are spot on. Oh yes, and according to Mad Ducks, the ambush count is now up to 4 during this entire debate. And Mad Ducks, I am terribly sorry about your family, but they were delicious.
Cannibalism, wholly endorsed by the dojo and therefore the Ding Dynasty. Okay.
He's a duck.
Yeah, but you can't say that. Actually, say that he's a duck out loud. Okay. This one comes from the sitting mayor, Vendrette. He wants to know, how many hot dogs could Wide Tom eat? Liz.
That is a trick question. Wide Tom is an enigma with a singularity for a belly that is not actually a singularity, because Wide Tom has eaten himself to death on multiple occasions. However, I will say, regarding hot dogs, Wide Tom could fit approximately XYZ 3 billion million quintillion divided by 8 to the power of 1633 plus, I don't do math, and my calculator crashed because I don't actually have a calculator and it's my brain. So now Wide Tom could eat about a hearty few.
A hearty few. Kane, same question.
Unfortunately, like Liz has pointed out, it is impossible to calculate the exact amount of hot dogs Wide Tom can eat, because the station and all the scientists around it who are feeding him the hot dogs are sucked into the singularity that Wide Tom creates once he consumes that much mass. But seeing Wide Tom eating a singularity in himself, I assume Wide Tom can eat a number of hot dogs equal to the mass of the galaxy times 10.
Times 10. It's quite a bit. Captain Zelnick.
You know, everyone keeps on asking questions like how much, but no one ever asks, how is Wide Tom?
Pretty great. Saw him a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, he was doing good.
Oh, that's great. I would say that Wide Tom probably would be satisfied with exactly as much as he would want to eat. And I hope that he gets proper nutrition out of his meal.
Hear that, Tex? More fiber bars.
Yep, we need him to clean out his guts like crazy.
Rusky, how many hot dogs could Wide Tom eat?
White Tom? I think White Tom is a myth. White Tom doesn't exist. Much like
A
the
White Tom
ROUS.
denier?
Yes.
Wow.
I love the
That might-
text. It's like more fiber got it. Okay, so we have a White Tom denier. Can you let's unpack that. Well, why? How can you deny White Tom's existence as a whole?
Well, if White Tom is so wide that it crashes anything that tries to look upon White Tom, then we, lowly mortals cannot in any way, shape, or form recognize that White Tom is White Tom. White Tom could be any of us, just hidden behind a disguise. Compressed to near the point of singularity. My opponents have gone so far as to say that White Tom is a singularity. White Tom doesn't exist, but White Tom doesn't exist because White Tom can't exist. Only exist in concept.
Maybe the real White Tom are the friends we made along the way.
I like what Rail said. What if Tom was one of us?
Just a stranger
Just
that
a
could
loser.
not fit on a bus.
On the button.
Okay, so this next question is going to be binary. There's only one or the other answer. You don't need to explain. It's not a debate. It is a or B choice, and I need you all to take this very seriously. So from Hot Cheeto asks, are you a Skibbity Rizzler or a Sigma
How does it
Gat?
feel to finally grab that first win of the season?
Those are
Feels
your
like
only
somebody
two
lit the sky
options.
on fire, man. I've been
Liz.
chasing this one all year, and tonight the car just stuck. Big thanks to Van
I
Zandt.
have awkward charisma, so I'm gonna have to go with A. Also, I don't know what a gat is, but it sounds
is a
awfully
booty.
bad.
Gat is a booty that you enjoy looking at.
Oh dear.
It's all right. Skibbity Rizzler it is. Kane, Skibbity Rizzler or Sigma Gat?
Take the second option.
All right. Captain Zelnick.
I
Skibbity
will
Rizzler or
go
Sigma
with.
Gat?
I will go with Gat.
Okay. Sigma Gats. 2 Gats to 1 Rizzler. Rusky.
Hold on. I have to roll a D8 to decide.
Indecisive.
So it's odd. We're gonna go Skibbity Rizzler.
2 skill, an even split between our candidates on Skibbity Rizzler or Sigma Gat. Thank you, Hot Cheeto, for that thought-provoking question. Let's see. Here's a good one, especially to ask someone with as much cooking knowledge as Captain Zelnick. What is your most controversial food take, Liz?
My most controversial food take is that vanilla is the best flavor, and chocolate hurts my throat. Also, eggnog Dr. Pilk is wonderful, and everyone should drink 2 whole cups of it at once in short succession, and nothing bad will come of it. You will all love yourselves.
Cat in your lap?
Yeah.
Nice. Kane, what is your hottest food take?
My hottest food take is simply this: a pineapple pizza and a hot Dr. Pepper is a great meal.
Ooh.
Is this a okay time to organize the other parties to remove the Spaceman Party for such a statement?
No, that's later. Captain,
Oh, okay.
as someone who cooks as much as you do, with as much of the esoteric peanut butter knowledge as you possess, what is your hottest food take?
Okay, but it seems like pizza's the theme here. The only true pizza is Chicago stuffed pizza. Everything
No,
else
no,
is
no. It doesn't have to be
bland. Everything else is a bland facsimile. Chicago stuffed pizza is the only pizza.
Talking about the deep dish casserole pizza?
It is not a casserole. 2 distinct crusts. It is a pie, sir.
Can we put a poll up?
Yeah,
On
somebody
whether or not
pull, AK if you can, or rail,
casserole versus pizza
or a pie,
or Chicago style?
lasagna.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanted controversial. If you wanted non-controversial, we can go with that.
No, I love it. That's why we're making a poll about it. Rusky, your hottest food take doesn't have to be about pizza.
Well, one, I mentioned it earlier, the peanut butter and jelly spamwich. Absolutely
What?
wonderful.
Okay.
Should try that.
Hey, what kind of spam is it? What kind of spam are you using? I'm a spam connoisseur myself. I've sampled at least 8 different kinds.
So typically I go with the bacon spam because I already used
Okay.
bacon on the sandwich as well. It's
double dipping.
it's the bacon under the cheese.
Okay. There's obviously layers to this. Let's go through the spam NJ sandwich. Like, what's in it?
So we'll start with the base construction. The base construction is a good sourdough bread.
Okay.
If you make it yourself, all the better. You put your own love into it. If it's store bought, that's fine. But then you gotta get a good nut butter. Like I said before, either will work. If you want just a little bit more texture, go with that crunchy. It is absolutely divine. Then you've got your spam burger sitting on top of that. Bacon, thick cut back bacon. Goes on nice and crispy. Some sharp white cheddar. And then, of course, you have your jam. Last and the most important ingredient. Its sweetness ties everything together. Goes strawberry. I prefer red jams, red berry jams over anything else. But I have found, especially with the teriyaki spam, that an orange marmalade is absolutely wonderful.
That sounds. When you have a moment, not right now, but when you have a moment, will you DM that to me? I'm always willing to try new things.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. All right, we do have a poll
absolutely.
up. We do have a poll up. Is Chicago style?
It's not really the poll we were looking for.
What the? Okay. All right. Well, you tried, and sometimes that matters. Okay. God. All right. So, this one is asked by, I'm sure, a member of the dojo, but we thought it was a fun one. If your campaign were a kung fu movie, what would its title be, Liz?
One of our party members has a million great ideas for this that we actually deliberated a week or two ago. So yeah, my ideal kung fu movie would be named Billy 3 Return of the Marauder, and it would be about the Black Marauder, our bestest, friendliest lance mech that I like to maintain and occasionally drive, but everybody drives Billy. They have to. And it would be about it kung fu fighting its way through the desert and taking out as many random people and orphanages as it can, because Billy is the best boy and loves his tasty Capellan and Curitan treats. And yeah, remember to make sure you pawn off all of your Billy duties for the next Beanling. Thank you.
Outstanding. And if you do get elected mayor, I want to see a synopsis for the second movie in the trilogy as well. Kane, same question.
The movie would be titled Kung Fu Space Cat Hustle, and it would be shot in the same style of Kung Fu Hustle with with Mr. Stephen Chow playing myself as Kane Space Rose, working his way through the station to break into the Hop and gain higher command rank, with all the other great classic people we see around there being played by Kung Fu masters.
Like David Carradine.
Yes. David Carradine would be brought in to play the part of Tex. He would be playing Randolph P. Checkers.
How do you feel about that, Tex? We'll move on. Captain Zelnick, what's the name of your kung fu movie?
I mean, it must be obvious. Zodiac America, the Super Master. Yes, that's right. Zodiac America, the Super Master. The time when the Ding Dynasty battled against the Ninja Empire. Zodiac America, the Super Master.
Okay. Rusky.
So this took a minutia of deliberation. The boomstick ballet of the blindingly drunk. Very simple. A unnamed handsome scout wearing pit vipers blasts himself around the cave with his trusty shotgun and destroys the ninja glyphid empire.
Always a heartwarming story when bugs die. Okay. Shifting gears a little bit, a more serious question coming to us from Offensive Titan. Offensive Titan asks, what do you bring to the office of mayor that will better this community? Liz.
Liz.
Wait, what? Sorry, somebody was messaging me. It was a mod thing. What's going on?
What would you bring to the office of mayor that would better this community?
Oh, that's easy. All of the plushies. We have many. All of my campaigning, I have submitted videos of our plushies and our wonderful ranks, and they are wonderful, and you will all love them, or else. And yes, one honks, one chitters. A bunch of them are sharks, but they're very, very friendly, soft sharks. And you all must have plushies because they make everything better, and I love them so much. And I know I keep saying plushies, but I just love them, and they get me through hard times, and I think the Ox would appreciate them. Thank you.
You heard it here first, folks. Liz is very good at sharing her toys. Kane, what do you bring to the community?
What I bring to the community, I honestly bring to the community the simple drive that I want to make everyone in the community feel better and be better, as well as bureaucratic laziness. But in the end, I really just want the Ox to be an awesome place where everyone can be awesome to each other and keep that drive going in our lovely ship posting and great community events we have. I appreciate being part of the Ox more than anyone can imagine.
Excellent. Captain Zelnick.
Well, beyond the fact that I love democracy and pizza, and Chicago pizza is in fact pizza, I want to actually bring more hobbies to the Ox. I want to bring my hobby to the Ox and start a group for Battlefleet Gothic here. I also want to learn and actually play a lot of the other games that a lot of the other people here play. I want to maybe get into the I don't remember the exact name of the program, but people play BattleTech online. I definitely like to Megamech. Thank you. I'd like to learn Megamech. I'd like to learn a lot of things, but I also want to help uplift the community and give them more fun things to do. So, if I can, I'm rather limited by being the mayor, but I'll do my best.
How would you be limited by being the mayor?
Well, I can't actually, I can't functionally change anything on the server, but what I can do is be there. Or, more importantly, if you're sick and tired of me, I can leave.
A mayor stating his intention to not stick around. Interesting take. Just kidding. Rusky.
That's fine.
We bring the office of mayor that will better this community.
So one of the things that the ACMT wholly stands around is the policy of no dwarf left behind. It would become the standard. It's we rise together or we fall together, and I would, like I always do, lead from the front. Yeah, that's it. Bugs be damned.
Yeah, we don't like them bugs. All right, let me delete that one. All right. All right, so this one's in the same vein of what I asked earlier, but coming to us from, I don't know how to say this, Mipnixing Bean. Fasten, zip, or zip, then fasten? Liz.
This is a very, very easy question. First, you zip halfway, then you fasten, then you zip the rest of the way. I know this is very similar to my sock answer. However, there is a difference. If you only zip halfway first, it makes the fastening easier. But if you fasten first, then sometimes you have trouble hunting for the zipper because sometimes it's folded the wrong way down and it's just a nightmare to get out. Whereas if it's just already unfastened, it's just, you can just spread and get the zipper out. So, halfway, then fasten, then the rest of the way. That work smarter, not harder.
All right, you gotta love the efficiency of the mining party. Kane.
I have to fasten then zip due to the fact that I'm not a small man, and if I don't do it that way, the zipper never moves, even after using WD-40.
All right, Kane is a man of the people. Captain Zelnick.
I will adhere strictly to the Garibaldi-Sinclair protocol of fasten zip.
Fasten zip. Nice and simple. Love it. Rusky.
I am a fasten zipper as well because I, too, am not a small man.
I feel that. Okay. Excellent. What is the most cursed Kool-Aid color and flavor combination you can think of, Liz?
Blue, green, and red.
You get one color, one flavor.
That's
it can be
Neapolitan.
like black banana or like red.
Oh, no, don't give me ideas. It's got to be an honest answer. Let's see. Cursed. Oh, I know. This one always makes me very upset. You make it blue, but then make the flavor watermelon. Because everybody's expecting like that weird, crappy lemon lime Gatorade that just tastes like it's gonna make me vomit, or they think it's gonna be like blue raspberry, but no, it's watermelon. Suffer.
Yeah, you're a monster. I don't like that at all. That is cursed. Kane.
The most cursed flavor combination I always find is their weird pineapple, and they make it that weird crystal color. Because anything they make that weird crystal color has an odd aftertaste.
All right. A man of subtlety and refinement. Captain Zelnick.
This calls back actually to my kindergarten years, over 30 years ago, and I remember it to this day with contempt. Purple lemonade. You think it's grape juice. It's not. It's the greatest lie. And I still hold contempt for those kindergarten teachers for giving it to us. I will see it that it is never given to children again.
I don't blame you. Rusky.
So, I am a bit of a Kool-Aid connoisseur. And one of the worst that I have ever tasted, worst combinations, is the Sharkleberry Fin and the Jamaica. It looks straight up like the normal strawberry kiwi, and after a night of drinking, and you just think, oh, hey, strawberry kiwi Kool-Aid. And no, it tastes of... It is more offensive to my palate than Malort is.
It's a bold statement. All right. This is my favorite question of the submissions. Asked by Couch Salvo, who actually did also offer the previous question that they just got done answering. I really like this one. It's very open-ended. It can be whatever you want it to be. Don't overthink it. But the question is, what was the last piece of art that you interacted with, and how did it make you feel? Liz.
Art. There was it was art. How it made me feel. Okay. So, Man, do I do serious or silly? Heck. Okay, I've been silly this whole time, so I'll do serious once as a treat. And there's like this one song I really like that's like from like the 50s or something that my dad used to have on a CD. And I don't know who it was. I know the song gets riffed really hard in like 90s and 2000s movies. Like they brutally make fun of it with irony, and that's whatever. But like it's such a sweet song. It's just about how like nice things are. And yeah, that one always makes me cry. It's wonderful. And I can't remember the name, so
That's
have
Maven.
have fun looking for it.
Thank you. That was a wonderful answer. Kane.
So this one is very serious and very close to my heart. My wife commissioned from an artist that she interacts with on Final Fantasy XIV a custom avatar portrait for one of my D&D characters, and went out of the way to get like the little details I've talked about on the character, like the pattern of his coat put into it. It is just a beautiful, well-made drawing, and it just meant so much to me that she went out and got this made for me to use in a current game I'm playing in that she's not even part of, but she went out of her way to get this for me as a birthday/Christmas gift for me this year. And it is just a beautiful piece of work that was done by her dear friend.
Outstanding. Captain.
So I can actually share the piece of art that I've recently interacted with. I actually posted a bunch of images in the Merrick Workshop and other miniatures. The very first one is a fleet of orc ships for Battlefleet Gothic. I have a friend who I've known for a very long time. His name is James Wapple. Some of you may know the name. He's a multiple Golden Demon winner, but recently his wife died of cancer. And to help prevent him from basically falling into both emotional and a financial despair, I told him I'm giving him both money and I am giving him ships, and he's going to paint both so he can, A, generate income off of it on his Twitch channel and have something to do. And every time he paints me a fleet, it reminds me that I am helping somebody to effectively not fall backwards after they have lost someone they love.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Rusky.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The question was fasten zip or zip fasten.
What?
No, the question was,
No.
What was the last piece of art you interacted with, and how did it make you feel?
I was actually listening to 8-Bit Big Band on YouTube. Their rendition of Snake Eater, and it's one of those that, I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard the song itself. It is absolutely awe-inspiring. It lifts you to heights that makes you feel like you can fight gods. It's a wonderful thing.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for your candid answers.
Oh, real quick, if I may.
Yeah.
So I tracked down the song, and sorry, I can't really speak well right now because I listened to the song. That was a mistake, but it was Louis Armstrong, "Wonderful World." The dude saw a world that went through 2 world wars and a depression. He made that, and it's lovely. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Liz. We're gonna bring it. We'll bring it back up to a little bit lighter of a tone. But thank you again for your candid answers. We do appreciate that. In a world of silliness, sometimes it's nice to remember that, we all have big feelings, and it's okay to have things that let us experience those. Because if you've seen the I don't know when it was made, 2004 smash hit Equilibrium, which I know all of you fucking nerds have. Yeah. Great movie. Same vein, but we'll go back up. I lost. Oh, yes.
In that same
okay.
vein, though, I would say, because it's recently, I've also felt that way, Liz. Is Peter Frampton's "Do You Feel Like We Do" is something I grew up with my mom, and every time I hear it, it still gets me. So I'm with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diggs. And not to discount anyone's experiences with art, but your princess is in another castle. What do you do by Hathsin Survivor? Liz.
I burn that motherfucker to the down. I burn that motherfucker to the ground. Find their maps. Find the next castle. And if they don't have my princess, I'm burning that down too. And I'm raising the bacon flag over their freaking ashes. I'm finding that princess. God damn it.
I love it. Love the conviction. All right, Kane. Same question. What are you doing, Diggs?
Well, first, after squarely punching Toad across the room for this matter, I will storm off to the next castle, and the next castle, and the castle after that, punching Toads and dropping Koopas into lava until I find that princess, and then yell at her, why didn't you tell me what castle you were on? You have a cell phone!
Do be like that. Do you not all have phones? Captain Zelda.
You see, I think everyone's taking this in very much the wrong perspective. Every time you take a castle, but the princess is not in it, you are gaining a castle. At that point, you can get as many princesses elsewhere that don't have the terminal ability to get kidnapped by a giant lizard. Have we considered a new princess is in order?
No, I don't think we've explored that option. But maybe we should. Rusky.
So while the engineering corps is distracting the defending forces of the next castle with lure grenades and turrets, drillers will place sappers to minimize their defenses, and gunners will be split between defending the engineer corps and while the Maginot Mine is being set up, and the other half will set up the Shibari nest for when the scouts eventually just grappling hook up there and pull her free.
I'm sorry, did you say the Maginot Mine?
The Maginot Mine, yes.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
I just heard Shibari.
I'm sorry, what?
I heard Shibari.
Yes. Both the Maginot Mine and the Shibari nests are terms that we have coined in the ACMT. A Shibari nest is a bunch of zip lines set up by gunners to act as a safety net of sorts. And the Maginot Mine is when we have more engineers than common sense, set up all of our turrets, deploy all of our grenades, and then equip our nuclear-equipped grenade launchers. Because, I mean, if we're not willing to nuke ourselves, are we really willing to win?
A valid question. And the answer is no. If you're not willing to nuke yourself, you're not willing to win. And you need to do what you need to do to take it.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to have our last question here. We're getting up towards our time limit. So the final question before we move into closing statements is going to be provided to us from Masochism Tango. It is, what would you do if caught in a time loop a la Groundhog Day? It can be however you'd want to get out of it, whatever you would want to do while in it. The world is your oyster. Liz.
Well, the first thing I do is take a good note from our first mayor. And since I'm stuck in this loop, no matter what happens, I'll just wake up the same day again. But I'll probably retain my memories if it's true to the movie. That means I can take up a valuable arm of our first mayor's research and explore all kinds of valuable ways of dismemberment and cooking via toaster. And once I get done with that and make sure my works are documented, I will move on to other fields, like how many isopods are in the lawn and how many isopods are in the next lawn, because they're very cute and I love them so much. And then I will move on to other subjects until I eventually forget what I was doing in the first place, because I have ADHD and my brain is Swiss cheese. So once I forget all of that, I'll probably just, find a way to get out of the loop. But if I can't, I'm sure somebody else will eventually be like, wow, Liz has just done the same thing every day. And then who knows, one way or another it'll work out. But either way, I'll have a colony of isopods every day to keep me company, and possibly mangled toasters.
All right. Kane.
I would engage in the classic 10,000 hours to master some skill, being throwing cards, cooking, a new language, and then use that new skill I've gained to manipulate the time loop. So not only do I come out of the time loop, but I come out of the time loop in a better position and with more power to rule the world.
Okay. A man with ambition. Captain Zelda.
Oh, this is a tough one, because if you have a solid 24 hours to do anything and then be completely reset at the end of the day, you can do a lot of damage. I think I would go and actually investigate to see just how many conspiracy theories are actually true.
Okay, like what?
Well, I'm sure that a very brief stint at Area 51 will answer a lot of questions. You know, again, you can do anything in this 24-hour period. I mean, why does bread always lamb butter side down? What's the real answer for it? Not only that, with unlimited time, you could master any form of kung fu. You could actually master the Shaolin poles after being impaled on them at least 50 times. Maybe. Very maybe.
Maybe. All right, Rusky, what would you do?
So I would have to take a lot of inspiration from that one episode of Stargate 1. I would take it seriously for, let's say the first month, and then I'd get bored because, like Liz, I have horrible ADHD, and have decided that, I'd probably spend a couple months making a perfect solo run of the Golden Grin Casino, because I absolutely hated that mission. But I love that mission. And, do it the only way it's intended to be done, because stealth is optional, and you can't put silencers on your minigun. But I would probably actually take up that 10,000 hour thing. I'd love to become a master locksmith.
All right. Okay, well, I want to go ahead and say thank you to all of our wonderful candidates for the memes, the silliness, the overwhelming tribalism that pops up during the month or two leading up to the election. And I wanted to thank you all for really, even our candidates who didn't make it to the final four. Thank you guys for being candidates. The more participation we have, the funner these are. I really appreciate everyone who comes out and who participates in these things. It's a lot of fun for me to run. It's a lot of fun for the community to be a part of. So thank you for being leaders in the community, stepping up and putting yourselves out there. I know it's hard sometimes to be in the public eye, especially during the Twitch debates. So again, thank you very much. Now I'm going to give you each an opportunity for closing statements. Say what you want. No real guidelines. Just be yourself and tell us what you want to say, and then I'll start the vote. Liz, go ahead.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that every time I ran the first election, I kind of sat out but supported Vendrette in the second one, and every time the amount of support I've gotten has kind of been whoa. So thank you to everyone. I guess I still surprises me how many people support me, and I just want to say all the other candidates here are really cool people. I mean, all of them. Even you, Mr. Space Rose. No, kidding. You're a cool guy. So all of you, and we are the original mining party. So don't worry, we still love you, combat miners. But yes, yes. And I'm not good at being mean, so I'm not even gonna try to insult the Kung Fu people because they had a really cool movie last night. But yeah, and the Ox is it's my home. It's wonderful, and you all are great. So I'll leave it to the rest.
Thank you, Liz. Kane, closing remarks.
Well, first I'd like to say, when I started out on this journey to mayor, I did not expect to get this far. So I appreciate everyone who supported the Spaceman Party up to this point. And no matter what, I appreciate and support all members of the Ox, and we will not have a full military coup against the winning party. And I'm not saying that because Sek has just stormed into the room and is pointing shotguns at me. But in all seriousness, the Spaceman Party is here about being awesome to others, having an awesome time, being great, and I just want to make the Aux a more and better place. And I will not give up my dream of the program to put a hexer in everybody's garage. So vote Spaceman or vote for whoever you want. I'm not your dad. So have a good time.
Spaceman denying paternity for all of you. Captain Zelnick, closing remarks.
I came to this community thanks to the fantastic Magistrata Mundanus, and I found a wonderful group of incredibly interesting and very, very broadly diverse nerd people. I love you all. You are fantastic, and you do incredible work. I've seen the kinds of things that emerge out of every single channel, out of every single, basically everything out of the Aux. And I want to help you guys grow. I want to make this place more interesting. I want to make it more fun, and I want to try everything. I'm still relatively new to the Aux, and I want to know more and experience more. And I want to thank my fellow candidates. You are all amazing people. And vote Ding and go to heaven.
Ding Dynasty Public Service Announcement number 14.
Vote Ding, go
It's
to
a
heaven.
perfectly normal day in Oxlandia.
Rusky, take us out.
I've been the leader of the ACMT for almost 3 years, but in that time I have learned that this is the strongest community I have ever been a part of. Every last one of you,
Ding Dynasty
my
Public
opponents
Service
included,
Announcement
because this is all a shit post. We're here for fun. And this place has the Aux itself has been amazing to me from day one. Y'all were here through one of my darkest times. You all helped lift me up and keep going after my divorce, and I feel stronger for it. And I want to return that energy to the community by making all of us stronger, no matter what happens.
Powerful words. Thank you. All right. Well, this is going to go ahead and conclude the debate, which is, I guess, turning into more of just kind of a round table, just a get to know the candidates kind of thing. So we might change some verbiage next year. But again, thank you to all the candidates, not only the 4 with us today, but the 6 others that put themselves out there to have fun in the community. We try to do events like these, and the participation of y'all coming out really is what makes it and is why we do it. I've loved all the campaign memes coming out of this. I've loved all the silliness, the wackiness, the rampant tribalism again. It's a lot of fun for me, especially when a lot of people contribute. So wanted to say thank you. For those of you that are watching that aren't a part of the community, you're more than welcome to come join. If you hit ! Discord, I'm sure someone's going to do it immediately. You can come be a part of the madness and join the Black Pants Legion's auxiliary Discord, which is our public-facing Discord. It's a lot of fun. We're all weird, and we do fun stuff. So come on down. But with that, I will let Diggs have the last word, and then you're all gonna get a ping, so get ready for the ping. I know you guys like pings, so over to you, Diggs.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming out. All the contestants, all the candidates, everyone who put some level of memes or picked a side or joined any level of party and just enjoyed our little community get together. And it really is just get to know a couple people and see which one you think is cool enough to poke at you for a while. But thanks for all the support, everyone that came out. 135 people, I think, was our max, so it was pretty crazy. Some support from the audience, from Ether, of course, Night Hour, Thunderclap, Big Red came in, threw in some stuff our way. But thanks everyone for coming out. We will be pinging you soon for the single vote, so there will only be one vote to be given. And so make your vote count. And good luck to all the contestants. This was a wonderful stream, and I'm glad to see all of you, and I hope to see you next time. Actually, might be coming up right after this. Might be some stream to fill in, because I think Ralphie gave us a slot. But other than that, thank you so much.
Bye.
But